Banter fam, happy Thursday to you all. Okay, guys, so a nice 5% pump. Woo! Back on track, baby. Nonetheless, yesterday we had Powell speak FOMC. Things kind of came out as expected, which was good. And I think the question for me was, the last couple of days, we actually started to see a slow grind within the markets. And you've got to understand emotionally what this looks like, right? We just went through devastating events. We went through capitulation. Okay, we went through a big anger phase and then it went boring, right? And when you start to put that into perspective of what that looks like emotionally, is things are settling. What that means is you're getting to that last little phase of the bearish emotions. And then what you start to see is something called disbelief. So what we started seeing was we've seen the drop, we've seen the anger, we've seen the depression phase. Everyone's felt quite depressed in crypto over the last 2 weeks, right? Looking at your portfolio, there's no denying it. Okay, but then we start to see a little bit of a climb, a little bit, nothing big and crazy just yet, right? But it started off slowly, and you got to understand that every pump starts off slowly, right? It starts off in the slow disbelief. No one really believes it. Starts to break a trend, cools down, and then starts to speed up, right? And that's the next phase that we have to pay attention to. The big question yesterday was Powell going to reject us at these trend lines? Was it going to reject us and basically, hey, we're still going down to 73? Right? Because there's this big argument. Are we still going down to 73? Or was the CME gap the main thing that we needed to get done with? Right? We need to get to 77K and finished. And what ended up happening was market actually reacted pretty good. Not only that, altcoins are actually looking pretty strong too. And today I'm seeing a bunch of altcoins starting to break trends. Now, guys, I feel like I'm this person that's in the club and I'm standing alone. Right? I'm in this bull club and I'm like, I'm a bull, right? I believe I'm a bull. I'm in. I'm loaded up. I got my altcoins and I'm seeing bullishness, right? I want to know who's in, right? Who's in the damn bull club? Is it just me sitting here? I'll drink cocktails the whole night by myself. I'll dance by myself. I'll do my thing, right? But again, everyone's at the bear party, okay? You got to understand that this is when a move is going to come. So it is a no-brainer when it comes to get ready for a pump. Get ready for a short-term squeeze. And this squeeze is anywhere between 20 and a 40% move. However, it is giving us the opportunity to break the very, very, very important trend here on the high time frame on Bitcoin, okay? And it's bouncing exactly where it has bounced over the last three big pullbacks or accumulating zones where Bitcoin pulled back 50%. We are there again. We are bouncing in the same place. And you can see that there's a fat short squeeze from this trend line to the major areas here. Now, today, what we got to speak about is what altcoins are leading this, right? Which altcoins are no-brainers right now? Which ones are looking strong? I'm talking about 𝗬𝗍. I'm talking about ONDO. I'm talking about a lot of different alts that are starting to lead the race. And they're really starting to pop their head through the trend. And you have Bitcoin sitting at this level. And after this, you're seeing that $94,000, $95,000 zone. So I want us to prepare. I want us to start filling up the damn bull club again because it is time. It is time to get our damn bull pants back on. And it's time to get our heads in the market and go make money back plus more. Remember, a certain amount of percentage of people are going to recover quicker than the rest. We are going to be those people. So I'm a bull. Are you a bull? If you're a bear, I'm sorry. Your party has been going on. I'm in the bull party, right? And whoever is a part of the bull party with me, watch the show today. If you are a bear, I highly suggest you don't watch the show today because I am bullish. No more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like 𝗧𝗍𝗨𝗕. Welcome to Sheldon show.
That's fam. Like it up. I want to see who's a part of the bull, who still believes, right? Guys, Bitcoin's still above $80,000. Okay, we were at $30,000 a couple of months to a year and a half ago. Right? We've gone up. Life's gotten better. Okay, it's been quite volatile as hell, and we're still waiting for the altcoins to join the party. Okay, but Bitcoin is not in a bad place. Bitcoin is not breaking bull market supports, right? It's not breaking any of these major bottom trend lines. You see that trend line? Very important trend line. That's the bull market trend line. That's this trend line, right? To show you that, hey, these pullbacks happen, right? These pullbacks happen, but we have not lost the major trend. And you can see last time how we came all the way down. We did not lose the major trend. And you could see how after that, we still had a massive volatility. We haven't broken the trend. So Bitcoin is still 100% in a bull market. And we also know that the altcoins are very undervalued. It's a no-brainer, right? When you look at the Bitcoin dominance here, we are all here in the party for that moment there. We were waiting for the collapse. And again, this thing is going up and up and up. And you know what? It's bearish. It looks like the stock markets, right? That's why I believe Next couple of months, massive stock market crash because it looks manipulated, it looks wrong, right? When something just goes up slowly like this, we also know how fast that turns, right? We know how one fat red candle is coming out of nowhere. So again, high time frames, guys, investment opportunities are running out. The stocks are starting to cross. I want to show you a little bit of a lifeline, okay? And remember, those that actually catch the bottoms of cycles are those who always had conviction. You got to have conviction, right? You got to believe that we are in the best place, best time, and that there's going to be an alt season, that there's going to be a massive rally, and Bitcoin is definitely not going to put a top of $109,000 of the cycle, right? I'm a believer of $200,000, maybe 180, 200 of this specific cycle, and then slowly make our way up over to $1 million over the next couple of years, right? But there's a lifeline. There's is a heartbeat. Lines are crossing over here at the bottom, which means now you're going to start having a little bit of a weekly move. Last week's candle was good. We had a nice pin bar candle, well, the week before. So that's a good reversal candle. RSIs will reset. All we need now is a trend break, and Bitcoin's going to start pushing to 100K. Okay, in that time, your altcoins are starting to coil up. Altcoins are bouncing in that 50 to 60% range. Okay, very similar to what we've done previously over here. And all we need now is altcoins to break this trend, and altcoins are going to start pushing back into the highs. Okay, which means all these specials on high time frames are going to slowly start disappearing. So what did I do? I started opening up some trades. My long term is in. That thing's in. It's been smashed. It's been good. I've been accumulating what I can when it comes to the long term. And that one I'm in for the major run. But I also said to you guys, I cut my losses and I reopened trades, right? I took on 11 positions right now on WeX. I started loading up the positions, and you can see that there's all my altcoin positions. And you know what? I may be down in value, but it feels damn good to have green on my screen again, right? So what I'm doing here now is I'm going to start building to these trades again. But I basically cut the rope that was holding me back for so long and focus on recovering trades. And I just restarted them, right? Which mentally put me in a very refreshing place. And if I can tell you right now, as I stand, I feel good. I feel good. I feel reset. I feel strong. And I feel ready for this market again. So just shows you that these little things come with experience. And just know that this tough market that came and caught a lot of people off of guard, it's made you stronger and made you better. So let's go through it again. Remember, a lot of these altcoins are in big ranges. I'll remind you again, ETH in 100% range. Solana is in 100% range. Cardano is in 100% range. Chainlink is in 100% range. XRP is actually the strongest coin right now. Look at that. Broke through, tested over here. You know, a $5. I don't think it's the best investment right now, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be a fun token to trade, though, right? Just because I'm not selling any XRP that I got. I got a very low bit of it, but I do have XRP. I won't sell it. But when it comes to would I buy this in Solana or would I buy this in ETH, those ones are a little bit better entries when it comes to risk. But nonetheless, one of the big pillars of this market so far, no brainer, right? That XRP is a big one. Sui is a big one. Look at Sui, guys. Straight into this beautiful zone here. And catching Sui back in the mid $2 is insane. Said telling me next we're going to $4, and it's telling me next at any point we're going to $5. And to be honest, it was undervalued. I think there's a $7 Sui in the future because it's so much more market cap than Solana, but yet was nearly doing similar numbers to Solana. Look at Near Protocol. Near Protocol is in 100 to 150% trading range. Dogecoin, Sonic. Okay, look at Say. Say is in 100% range right now. ONDO is in a big area over here as well. Okay, so we'll go through a couple of these coins. So let's go through again. This is what I am trading. I will always have my plan, okay, and I'll always have the backup plan. The backup plan is very simple, right? Is I am just trading on stats, and I'm just trading what the market is currently doing. So what does that mean? It means that over the last all the way from 2022, these altcoins have been in a percentage range, okay? Which means my plan B is just trade the range, okay? It means that if Bitcoin does not on the next push break above 100, it decides to come back down to the 70, 80, I will be selling a bunch of my positions and just trade 100% up, wait for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, get back in, make 100%. So my plan B is I'm just going to trade the market rather than hold the market, right? That's plan B. Plan A, okay, is the bull market is here. We are still going to have that massive parabolic run, okay? And that for me looks like this. This is my game plan, okay? My game plan is between this week and next week, we break the trend. We break the trend. We have a nice push to the areas of the 94, 95. Then we have a little sleeper, little pullback, and Bitcoin actually starts making its way up into the areas of all-time highs, right? This could be anywhere between 110 to 120. Okay, then I do think we have a little bit of a sleep-off period when it comes to the May, June, July type of areas. And then end of the year, we have a rocket ship and Bitcoin goes for that main blow-off top target, right? That's my plan when it comes, and that's what I'm trading to. But also in the back of my head, that if I look in a couple of weeks, right now I'm long like King Kong, and I'm treating every single day like it's the bottom. Okay, why? Because that's how you catch the bottom, right? Is you have conviction and you keep fighting every day, every entry, every morning you get up, I'm catching the bottom. Change your damn mindset, keep it strong, right? Because that's what it is. I'm trading like this is the bottom, and the market's going to start ripping and going crazy at any points over there. And again, if I see in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, okay, I'm 50% up, 60% up in the portfolio. Okay, we're not breaking the areas. Cool. I'm going to bank profit, sit in for the next couple of weeks to the downside, get in and just keep trading the 100% ranges. Because I double my money 5 times, I can retire. Okay, and that's how I'm thinking about it. I'm not just thinking about, there's 2 ways I'm going to retire in this market. The one is we go parabolic. Okay, and my only account 10, 20x's. Great. Okay, that's what we all want. Well, the second one is I'm going to trade it over the next 2 years, and I'm going to double my account 4 to 5 times. And if I do that, I'm retired. Okay, and that's how I think within my brain. No more, it's not going to happen. No more, none of that crap anymore. It's done, right? I'm going to do it either way that this market wants to go. Okay, so this is the major plan over here. Okay, and it's the same thing with the altcoins as well. This is the plan on altcoins. We actually have a very strong push incoming with alts at any point, because remember, Bitcoin dominance, I see this. It's slowing down. Okay, and I see this leg coming. And this leg's coming now before this area of this June. Okay, give us that pop, get altcoins back to the highs again. Let's erase all the damage that was done. Let's have a little bit of a summer holiday period, and then we go full blast, right? That's how I'm trading it. And all that maybe changed my mind as well is we always spoke about timing has changed this market. Maybe we're just 1 year delayed, because Q4 has always been the huge all-time high breaks. Okay, and Q2 has also always been the area where we've approached all-time highs and just popped our heads through. So maybe instead of 2000, maybe instead of last year of going super parabolic end of the year, which we started, maybe this is the year, and it's 1 year off of that 4-year cycle. Very interesting. Okay, let's jump in straight into the plan and the altcoins for today. So the first thing I want to show you guys is Bitcoin has broken trend. So it's very likely now that Bitcoin's going to start making its way up. Okay, and it's very likely that Bitcoin's going to start short squeezing. It actually broke this area over here, which was important. It broke this high over here. Okay, and it broke the trend line. So the main thing yesterday is we were sitting over here, and I was like, oh, is Powell going to send us down here? That was the question. He did not. Okay, well, the market reacted pretty good. And right now, it's telling me markets are going to go up, right? So from this trend here within the market open today, I see a climb up to the areas of the $95,000 to $98,000 range. We will see when we get there. If the bulls really want to step in, we'll go straight into the hundreds. If not, there will be a nice little cool-off period here. We will slow down, pull back, and then we get going again over there. But market is pointing bullish for the day. Altcoins are pointing bullish for the day. Broke some short-term trends yesterday, and it's telling me there's a nice little pop incoming. Okay, and if we break this major trend, that's the trend from the top, right? That's the big trend. And that's telling me, hey, altcoins are ready for a 30% squeeze to the upside. So it's just what's telling you here is altcoins are that little bit lagging behind Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's already broken the trends. You know what comes next with the alts. Bitcoin starts squeezing. You know what starts to catch up. Altcoins are always the ones that will be catching up at any period. Bitcoin dominance here, kind of hovering sideways. I don't trust this thing to the up or downside anymore. I know that collapse is coming. Okay, but this thing may go up when Bitcoin pumps as well. Nonetheless, your altcoins are going to move with Bitcoin. So let's go through a couple of the obvious buys right now. ETH is an obvious buy right now. It is clear that we broke that trend. It is clear that there is a ready for a pop to $2,600, $2,800. Okay, again, if we want to get there and then decide to come down again, no problem. I'll take my 40, 50% and I'm going to build my money up over the next couple of months, right? But you also have to treat this like it's the bottom, right? If this is the bottom and we break through and break this trend, you have the bottom. You have 100 to 150% trade incoming. That's not even to a ETH that is properly valued in this market, right? ETH was worth $4,800 when Bitcoin was $60,000 to $65,000. What's ETH worth when Bitcoin's 100,000, 120, 150,000, right? Double to triple the price of what it made last cycle. So I'm treating everything as a bottom, but nonetheless, ETH is in a great zone. You want to protect yourself, put some stop losses, important money. Your stops go here. Remember, take a bottom trend, put it in. The stop losses will go below this trend. Okay, so 1,880, that's where your stop losses go. And that's just in case there's a massive meltdown out of nowhere, just to have bit of risk. The next no-brainer is Solana, right? Look at Solana on this trend here. Sol starts, you could see the short squeeze. It's very easy to see when Solana is going to wake up. I have a great Solana position. I actually caught the bottom, which is really nice. Okay, but if you look at this over here, you could see that from here, we have a push up to 180. Okay, and if we go to the real push, we're actually going back above $200. Okay, so there's a big opportunity here. Again, to protect yourself, you put that line at the bottom there. You say, hey, that's where my stop loss goes. Very simple. Your stop loss areas around the 122 areas over here as well, right? So there's a good Solana trade. Next no-brainers that I want to speak about is ONDO. ONDO has a big short squeeze incoming, right? This thing was powerful. Look at that massive rally. It actually held really good considering the rest of the market. Okay, and you can see this gap. Sheldon, how do you know the short squeeze? Literally support and resistance. Look at these lows here, look at these highs, and look where's the next one. The next ones are all the way up here, and that's 40% away. Big opportunity on ONDO. Again, where do you protect yourself? You put this bottom trend line in, and you put your damn stop loss over here. Right? Boom. There we go. Done. Big opportunity here. ONDO is a no-brainer right now that it's going to be one of the leading pumps. How do I know what's going to lead? I look at the gaps of the actual. Firstly, I see how they're reacting to Bitcoin at this point. ONDO's been reacting good. But secondly, I look at the gap of the short squeeze. I look how big. Remember, there's no liquidity in this area here. The liquidity is sitting at previous highs and lows. That's where it's sitting, right? In the middle here, there's not much at all. Okay, so it shows you that when price starts to move, like look at this over here. When we started to lose this area here, why did price come down here? Because that's where liquidity was. Okay, and you can see if you go further back, that's where liquidity was. Okay, but during that period, there was no liquidity. That's why it just dropped. Okay, it's the same thing now when it comes to this over here to the upside. There's no liquidity, selling liquidity sitting here. Selling liquidity sitting here or even higher. Okay, which gives you an opportunity of a 40 to possibly 100% trade over there as well. The next one that I'm busy preparing for as well is 𝗧𝗍. Not buying it just yet. Reason being is it hasn't broken trend, but it's a no-brainer when this thing breaks trend. It's got a big squeeze incoming. There's not much liquidity sitting here. That is where we're looking at. The first push is to 30 cents. The next one is to 36 cents, right? You look at percentage-wise. Again, I wait for the trend to break today, okay, which means the breakout level is around the 21 cents. Okay, and then you're seeing a 44 to a 76% move to the upside. I'll take the money, no problem. Those want to trade it who don't, I'll make the money, right? Like that's the way I'm thinking. There's money to be made. Sonic, prepare. Okay, again, where do you protect yourself? Put you at the bottom and your stops go below, right? Quite simple. But you see the squeeze here. There's a 38% squeeze to the next major resistance. And if we decide to go to the tops, you're sitting at 100% pump, right? Big opportunity when it comes to Sonic. Dogecoin in buy zone right now. Great risk to reward on Doge. You could see here, trend at the bottom. You can see your stops. There is a strong pump. First zone is here, 24. That's a 30% move. The next zone is here, 31 to 32. It's close to 100% pump. This is where liquidity is sitting. It is not sitting here anymore. The bears are about to get wrecked at any point between today, between tomorrow, the next few days. They are going to get smashed hard, right? And if you think that the bears, they've been very arrogant, which is right, so every time team does, they are going to get smashed. Okay, the bulls are going to return and they're going to hurt. They're going to come with vengeance, right? Because why? Because people are flushed out of the market. The market's ready to go up again. Market will always need people. So when accumulation is happening, they get rid of people. When they want people to come in, they pump the market, right? It's very simple. Right now, a lot of people have been flushed out of crypto, right? So now it's time to get people back in. So what do? Send the damn altcoins, right? Send the caterpillars, shoot them through the moon there. Okay, next one, which is really looking really good, is 𝗧𝗍 protocol. 𝗧𝗍's got a pump. The first one is to 4.5. Okay, huge percentages. Huge. 70% move. Okay, next major one is at $6. Big opportunity over there. 𝗬𝗍, guys. 𝗬𝗍's breaking trend. First pump to 3.3. Second pump to $4. Big opportunity with 𝗬𝗍. Breaking trends here. If you believe it or not, good trends that we are breaking. Short squeezes on the horizon, looking really strong. Let's speak about XRP. Okay, XRP, keep an eye on this flag. Put this trend on the top here. Okay, it's showing me that a nice little pump's happening, but keep an eye on this flag over here. I personally am not trading it yet, but I'm keeping eyes on it because if this thing starts popping through here, this is where my buy zones are, and I'm going to get ready for this thing to go to $5. Looks like XRP is one of the strongest alts right now. And again, I'll congratulate the XRP holders. Before I forget, guys, I took a bet with Fefe on Banter. Okay, and I lost the bet. I said that Bitcoin was going to recover back to 100K by the 10th to the when was it? I think it was the 10th to the 11th of March of where I saw, and we came close. I think we went to 96, 97. So I want to give a big shout out to Fefe. I lost the bet. I had to have a ice bath, which I did. So I'll show you guys how I respected my loss. Okay, I did the ice bath. So let's go in here and show you guys where I did my damn ice bath. I hope we can see it on the camera. I got my ass into an ice bath. You can kind of see it. Okay, there's me. Okay, in the ice bath. And I paid the man $5,000. Fefe, our bet is completely official and finished. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I hope you shorted the market, and I hope you backed what you said, right? Very important. Okay, back in over here. Let's go. So, Chainlink entries. Boom. Great Chainlink entries. There's a pop here to the next areas here of $19. Big opportunity on Chainlink. Cardano, keep an eye out for this bull flag push over here, or the flag that we are forming. You can see that once it pops through this high of 70, around about the 77 cents mark, there's a pop to $1. Okay, so some tokens that haven't broken trends, not super urgent right now, but have them on your radar to catch. Ones that have broken trends, strong, get ready to go. Okay, ALGO looking really good in these zones here. AVAX looking really good. Okay, TON, it's a bit pumpy. It looks great. I would hold positions. I wouldn't buy anymore. Right, Injective, keep eye out on this breakout. Big trend line. Keep an eye out. It's going to be one of the leaders when we start rallying. DOT, okay, right now. KOTI, okay, right now. Anything else on theta over here as well? So, guys, I've given you many no-brainer trades right now. Remember, if you want to open up accounts, two big exchanges that I'm with at the moment is BTC.D. They have a 10% deposit special, okay? And I think there's a good strategy there. I think if you have $10,000 and you deposit, you get a $1,000 bonus. 10,000 go into safer trades and 1,000 go degen, right? So I have that special when it comes to BTC, and I'll be trading the accounts there, and 𝗬𝗏X as well. 𝗬𝗏X, you can get $300 by just doing 3 simple steps: signing up, depositing $200, and you get $100, and transferring and taking your first trade over here. So I want to show you guys again, just so you could see it. Over here, here are the two specials, BTC, and there is 𝗬𝗏X over there as well, and straight below is the links. Now, again, guys, by signing up with these links, the main thing why I want you to be a part of it is to get into my school. Next week, I start the next cohort. I'm running people live in school at the moment, and I'm busy teaching them how to build their entire portfolios to their structures. I'm teaching them how to do it, right? I'm teaching them how to do everything. You are going to learn so much before this market wakes up. You're going to be ready for it. Okay, so get into the school. It is free, costs you nothing. And we also have 𝗧𝗍𝗱𝗲, best community in the damn world. We sat with FOMC last night, which was nice over there. So again, exchange links, Sniper School, 𝗧𝗍𝗱𝗲 over there, and get your asses ready for a damn short squeeze. And I'll show you this over here. Again, 2 scenarios. Let's just paint it out as we finish the show. If we go a little bit red for a couple of hours, Bitcoin comes down to 84, maybe late 83s, and we start pushing. Okay, or at any moment now from here, we pop to the mid 90,000s. Lots of love. See you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.